What's up everybody, this is Ryan Miller with Growth Stimulus Training. I want to take a few seconds to thank you for watching this video. I hope that you can take the advice in this video and transfer it over to your own GST training days. To me, it's very important that you can go into the gym and you can maximize your time in the gym. And that's why I make these videos. I'm trying to help as many people as possible. You're one of those people. And once again, I just want to say thanks. And if you have any questions about this video or other training or nutrition related topics, comment below, email me at ryan@growthstimulustraining.com, or post on the GST Facebook wall. I take pride in the fact that I answer everybody's questions, and I do it with care and passion. It's not something that I just do in passing. I try to help as many people as possible, and like I said, I just want you to be one of those people. So let's do this together. Take the advice, run with it. As always, train hard, train smart, and grow. Okay, so we're going to start off with some deadlift warm-up sets. What we're looking at here is 135. Basically, this would be my very first set of the day, and I'm just going to hit it for just a medium number of reps. I'm not really trying to fatigue the muscle groups. After all, I am warming up. What I'm trying to do primarily is prime the nervous system, activate the appropriate muscle fibers, and really familiarize myself with that deadlift movement pattern. Regardless if you've done 10,000 reps of deadlifts, it's still important to familiarize yourself with that movement pattern every single workout. And what the warm-ups do is exactly that. You practice the movement, even though you know it well, you practice the movement, prime the nervous system, and properly activate the muscle fibers that need to be activated for your working sets. So I've hit 3 warm-up sets here, 135, 225, and you can see I finish up with just 2 reps at 315. And once again, that is so I don't fatigue my muscle groups, but I do prime them, and I do prime my nervous system as well. This is going to be my first working set. This is 375, and this is actually an AMRAP set. This is one of those well-known GST AMRAP sets, and I believe I hit 10 reps here. This is micro 3, and really I was trying to just get a minimum of 6 reps, and it went really well. Obviously you can see I cranked them out. My form stayed tight. It's tough to tell that my back is straight from this angle, but I do take a lot of pride in really keeping my lower back, mid back, and upper back as tight, as arched, and as just as arched as possible. That's something that is really important, and it's one of the flaws I see in deadlifting just around the gyms around the area. There's a lot of people that totally round their backs, and it's just rough. I mean, you just know that they're going to get injured sooner or later. So here's my second set. This is supposed to be a set of 3 to 4. I hit 4 reps, and now we're on to my third set from a different angle. This is supposed to be 3 to 4, and I do the full 4 reps here. So I try to stay as tight as possible, lift with my legs, glutes, hamstrings, and I support the weight with my spinal erectors and mid and upper back muscles. Okay, the second lift of the day is going to be the barbell shrug. Now it's a low rep day, so you're not going to see me do a lot of high rep sets today. I'm just in the 5 rep range, and what I didn't show you was the 2 warm-up sets prior to this 315 set. Once again, I dropped the weight back. I hit about 10 reps at 135, hit just a few more reps at 225, and then I bumped it up to my working weight of 315 today. So we have a different angle, set number 2, and this should be another 5 rep set. In terms of some tips on this exercise, when you initially lift the weight up, you want to approach it like just a very partial deadlift. So you tighten up your erectors, tighten up your core in general, lift the weight off the racks, and then from that point on, as long as you keep that tight core in place, it's all traps. You just think about squeezing those traps, flexing those traps, and what that's going to do, it's simply going to lift that barbell up by lifting your shoulders up. And you can ensure that you flex those traps by just really thinking about them, keeping your focus on the right and proper muscle group. Okay, so we're moving on to the Romanian deadlift. This is just a different deadlift variation. This is not the conventional style. And the main difference here is that you're going to see less knee bend and you're going to see more of a direct focus on the hamstrings and glutes. So you'll always notice that my back is either arched or at least in the neutral position. Now this is going to be a heavier day. These are 315 Romanian deadlifts, and you'll see that I prefer to do more of a conventional deadlift on the initial lift. I feel that it's a smart move and it's a little bit safer. It takes some of the stress off that lower back because it can be tough to initially start the lift Romanian deadlift style. And that's just something that I recommend doing. Start with a conventional, and then once you're in that standing position, transition to your Romanian deadlift form. So you'll see that even with the heavier weight today, it is very important that you keep your back arched or at least neutral. And that's one thing that you're going to notice. I do that every single set. It's going to be easier to see here. You can see that my back is remaining tight, remaining neutral, or at least arched. If you really focus on my low back, you'll see an arch the entire time. An important thing to think about during this lift is really pulling those shoulder blades back together too. So at the bottom, you're going to work those muscles of the upper back because you're going to pull those shoulder blades together against the heavy weight. And so it's common to be sore in the upper back after doing Romanian deadlifts. So here we go with another set, just a little bit of a different angle. I did this angle because I wanted you to see the crease in my upper back, and that is there because I am trying to retract those shoulder blades. At the bottom of each rep, I'm feeling a deep hamstring stretch. I'm trying to initiate the movement with my hamstrings, firing from the floor, and then as I approach the top of the lift, I think more and more and more about my glutes. So what I want you to do is initiate with the hamstrings, but finish with the glutes. And you can do that by literally just squeezing your butt together, driving your hips forward, and really focusing on that mind-muscle connection with those glutes. All right, so here's my last set, 315 by 5. Really well controlled. You can see that. I believe in full control on the negative of a deadlift. I never like to just lose control and get into that sticky situation where injuries can definitely occur. All right, that's it for the training footage. And what I didn't show you was the lying leg curl for the hamstrings, standing calf raises for the calves, that's a weak point training, and static barbell holds for the forearms, which is also weak point training. As always, I hope you learned something new. This has been Ryan Miller with Growth Stimulus Training.